If you don't know about this architectural masterpiece yet, you're about to. This might be my favorite museum in New York City. The Solomon R. Guggenheim Museum isn't just a place that houses art. Over time, the building itself has become one of the most iconic works of modern architecture in the world, often described as a sculpture you can actually walk through. I am currently walking through Central Park on my last day in New York City. It's my first time ever being here. Currently on my way to the Guggenheim, which is a Frank Lloyd Wright designed museum. I loved the episode of 99% Invisible, and I have always wanted to go here, so I had to make sure I got to go on my first trip to NYC. Completed in 1959, it's unlike traditional museums. Wright created the building as a temple of the spirit, featuring a single continuous spiral ramp that wraps around the massive central atrium. This layout was revolutionary because it dictates a specific choreography for the viewer. His vision was that viewers would take the elevator up to the top and slowly descend the nearly 1.5-mile ramp, experiencing the art as a cohesive narrative rather than a collection of isolated objects. Now it's often designed by the curator to be viewed from the bottom up, as the scale of artwork usually grows throughout an artist's career. The building's open center allows you to see across the museum, creating sightlines where you can see where you've been and where you're going. The massive glass dome at the top floods the space with changing natural light. This architecture doesn't just house the art, it actively participates in how you perceive every piece on display. Carol Bove is a contemporary artist whose work was on display as a career retrospective in the main Rotunda Gallery when I visited. As an artist both drawn to metal fabricated sculptures and juxtaposing themes and textures, I was captivated and inspired. She is renowned for her ability to make industrial materials appear remarkably soft and organic. Her work often explores the perceptual gap between what we know a material to be and what our eyes tell us we are seeing. In her early settings phase, Bove focused on assemblage, carefully arranging found objects like driftwood, peacock feathers, and vintage books to see how their placement or setting changed their meaning. The glyphs you see are white looping tubular sculptures that were her first steps into making her own abstract shapes, rather than just finding them. The illusion phase, her most recent works, involve massive crushed steel beams. She uses hydraulic presses and custom gantries to fold rigid steel into shapes that look like crumpled paper or soft drapery. By finishing these heavy industrial forms with vibrant matte glam colors or highly polished surfaces, she creates a sense of artificiality that contrasts with the organic flow of the Guggenheim. Her work in this exhibition is designed to recalibrate the environment, forcing visitors to slow down and notice how the light from the museum's dome interacts with the folds and the creases of the metal. This show is particularly unique because it isn't just a collection of art. Bove has essentially treated the entire Frank Lloyd Wright building as a partner in the work. This visit reminded me that museums aren't just about individual works of art. It's about storytelling. And the Guggenheim is the kind of place where the architecture, the objects, and the space itself all start to interact.